Now, this is vectors in component form, where we use the components I and j, like the x and the y-axis. Right, now, we've got to find the magnitude or the size of the vector 3i plus 2j. Now, remember that vectors can be anywhere in the plane, but obviously we're going to move this one down so that it's going to be what's called a position vector, so it's starting at 0, which makes it very, very easy. Because to work out that distance, all we need to do is say that the magnitude of that big vector is equal to, it's going to be the square root of just 3 squared plus 2 squared. So that's going to be the square root of 13 is the magnitude of that vector. Moving on to these other position vectors are OA equals 2i minus 3j down here. It's 2 minus 3. And this other vector B, which is 4, 2. And we have to work out the vector AB. Now to do that, we're going to say that going from O to A, so OA plus A to B must be equal to, from there to there, OB. So AB is equal to OB minus OA. Now OB we know as 4i plus 2j, and we know that OA is equal to 2i, that's minus 2i minus 3j. So subtracting that we get 2i, and 2j plus 3j is 5j is the vector AB. Now if you took that vector AB and you moved it to here, right, then you would get the position vector, which should be 2, 5, which would be parallel and the same magnitude as this one. The unit vector in the direction 2i minus 4j is, now this is how you work it out. You use a little sort of hat on top of this to indicate the unit vector, and that is the vector itself divided by its magnitude. That easy. So that would be equal to 2i minus 4j over, this will be the square root of 2 squared, which is 4, plus 4 squared, which is 16. So that would be equal to 2i minus 4j over square root of 20. Now we could tidy this up a little bit. Take out the 2 as a common factor. I minus 2j. This becomes 2 root 5. That becomes 1 square root of 5. That becomes I minus 2j as your unit vector. Now if you worked out the magnitude of that vector, let's just do that. This is going to be 1 on root 5i minus 2 on root 5j. Then the magnitude of this one, if you square that, you're going to get 1/5. You square that, you're going to get 4/5. And 1/5 is 4/5 is 1. The square root of 1 is just 1. That's why it's called the unit vector. And we'll be using this later on in the series.